So the Penguin is coming to us, and what do I think? Well, it was fairly excellent. However, the question becomes, how excellent? Well, I do think I'm going to give this a very, very high score, 8.5. But there were a few minor things I had issues with, but only a few minor things. Very impressive teaser for what is going to be promised with the Penguin series coming out on HBO, which is now Max, for whatever it means. Who cares? HBO Max, whatever. Any case, so Colin is reprising the role from the Batman, and I cannot give it any away. This is a non-spoiler review, but let's just say it won't just be the Penguin. We will be seeing some other personalities in Gotham. How does this stack up with the other versions of the Penguin? Well, this is definitely in the top tier because although I do admire the 1960s version and that performance, which was very funny and even somewhat villainous and very scary, we never quite got the full measure of the Penguin. Although I do appreciate what Tim Burton did with his gothic fantasy, that has really nothing to do with the comics. They just went full blown crazy with their own thing. And again, I love Batman Returns. It's a very special film that I go back to again and again. I never tire of seeing that film. However, that version of the Penguin doesn't quite ring true. And the dilemma here is they're going for a very gangster, realistic, noir feeling, and they succeed very, very well. It's very well done. However, they do miss out somewhat that Tim Burton got right, that this is kind of a fantastic creature, and so they're playing down the mutation, and the Penguin is very abnormal, so they're making him a much more normal-looking person, but very deadly, very lethal, and that was missing from the Burton version, that this is a very savvy and very dangerous gangster. So they're kind of mixing and matching the comic book lore with the lore from the other versions. So overall, I'm very impressed. I am very eager to see what happens. I think we know the basic story, though, that he'll be just chopping down and mowing down rivals and etch out of places one of the top criminals in Gotham and be a very formidable presence for a still young Batman. So I'm going to give this an 8.5. I do recommend it. They've definitely really impressed me with this teaser, but I do have some questions about why they're not playing up the basic abnormal mutations that make the Penguin the Penguin. But who knows? Maybe they're going to do that later. We'll have to wait and see.